Well, Dave, a lovely morning here in Peterlee for training. You'll get some great work done today.
Yeah, hopefully. Makes a change for being a nice warm, well, it's not warm, but certainly a brighter day than it's been recently. Today's another, or the last little bit towards the Monarchs game. Most of the work's done. It's obviously been a quick turnaround from Tuesday, and we've had to look after the lads a little bit on Thursday. So although this morning will be a short, brightish session, there'll be a little bit of technical stuff around and detail around what we hope to do in the game tomorrow. We've just had a little look at their stuff and what we expect from them, and then ultimately the focus then all becomes about us.
I guess it's not just the weather that's bright. The mood must be similar, because the run of results we've had, particularly on Tuesday night, has got to pump confidence into the lads.
Yeah, absolutely. It's easy when things are going well. It is a case of, I suppose, a little bit managing expectations of maybe lads who haven't been involved as much, and controlling where we are and keeping a reality about that we've had two good results, but ultimately then two results are forgotten about if we don't perform tomorrow, and for me, like I say, it's about performance. We can control lots of things. We can't control the result as much as we'd love to, but we can do everything we can to try and back up what we do, and as much as I dislike it, that then for me becomes acceptable if we've done everything we can. We did everything we can on Tuesday. I asked them to set records physically. They did that, and they got the just desserts and rewards for that. And I suppose from my perspective, that's reinforcing, or that they are getting credit and getting results deserved for the work that they're putting in. And like I say, that will absolutely be the case on Saturday in terms of the work, and hopefully the result follows.
That work and the records you talked about them breaking on Tuesday evening, that's a core part of your approach, isn't it, to football management, and to see them making such progress and the tangible results there, not just good for you, but as you say, really good for them as well.
Yeah, listen, it reinforces where they're at and what they need to do, and like I say, we've come in and we do have a scientific approach to things, because not only is it the right way to do it, the safe way to do it, but it's the way things work. There's times when we'll be more old school, and there'll be sessions that are put on that are, I suppose, test them in different ways, but they can see where we're going and we're moving forward, and I'm not sure how the saying goes, but ultimately any sort of statistics or things I come up with without backup is just opinion. It's easy for me to say, oh, you're not working hard enough. If I've got nothing to back it up, it's my view on it, and I'll be dead honest, my view's wrong sometimes. I'm not, and we're all the same. So how you envisage something has gone can be completely different when you've watched it back, and completely different when you look at the data. Like I say, the data on Tuesday was brilliant for us. The first time again that we'd broken a certain barrier in terms of our high intensity running and sprint work, and that's credit to them, and it shows they can do it, and like I said, they controlled as much as we could control on Tuesday to get that winning goal with 5 minutes to go. Hopefully, well, certainly will reinforce what we're doing, or what they're doing is right, and like I say, that'll continue, and hopefully the results continue alongside it.
Because I guess what you're saying is, if you hit those physical targets in a game, then you're not guaranteeing you're going to win that game, but you're giving yourselves the best possible chance.
Yeah, absolutely. We've looked at it, and over the time we've been in, if we hit certain markers in terms of our total distance, the high intensity run and the sprint work, that if we get over certain figures, there's figures that we've reached where we haven't lost games. No surprise when them figures drop down a little bit, we have lost games. So you have to look at trends, and sometimes there's nothing there, sometimes you look too deeply into it. It is quite simple what we're looking for, but even then it's a process to get them better and get them at a level where they have the not just technical ability, physical ability to play at a higher level. And with some of the lads we've got, that has to be the aim for them. We want to improve them as players individually. We want to improve them collectively, and if we can do both those things, then as a club we'll absolutely benefit.
One of the things you've said during this whole run of results, I think it's one in 9 we've lost now, is that, as you've said already in this interview, if everything we've done in the past will be almost pointless if we don't then back it up. And Saturday's a big example of that, isn't it?
It is huge, because as expectation builds, I suppose, and it becomes, I suppose, a little bit more tangible around what we could potentially go and achieve. Football has a habit of kicking you where it hurts so many times, and there's certainly, from our perspective, no complacency. This division is wide open, and regardless of the position Ebbsfleet are in there, scrapping for their lives. I think expectation in terms of supporters will change, and they'll become more excited. We've got to, like I say, we've got to keep that going as best as possible. But like I say, tomorrow will be a really tough game, and it's, like I say, the importance is that we try and back it up. We know that, first and foremost, whatever game you play, you've got to take care of your stuff. And if we can come in at 5 o'clock on Saturday and I've got 3 points, hopefully we can look at how other results have gone for us and see that the teams in and around that are playing each other, Stockport, Barnet and Dover, Yeovil and different combinations, they all can't win. So things could look, again, a whole lot brighter for us. Things won't change in the fact that I still think we'll need a certain amount of points to get there, but what it will do is build more confidence. Like I say, players are naturally going to look at league tables and see where they're at, and like I say, for the first time this season we've been on the brink of those playoff positions, and we want to stay there, and we want to edge ourselves in as quickly as we can and keep this run going, and hopefully things will keep progressing.
You mentioned about the lack of complacency they're required. I mean, I know there's a lot of water under the bridge, and I think the players who did the damage for Ebbsfleet since moved on, but that 2-2 draw down there where the game looked in the bag and then suddenly was pulled away from us is evidence that Ebbsfleet are a threat. Yeah,
listen, there's constant threats within this league and examples that things can be going swimmingly and then all of a sudden the wheels fall off in terms of individual games. So we've pointed upon that for lads who are here. That's I suppose a real, from our perspective, an obvious example of this league and the unpredictability of it, and how you can be totally in control of a game, and even beyond totally in control of a game from minute 1 to minute 90, yet somehow come away with a 2-2 draw, and when you've played against 10 men for 45 minutes. And again, if nothing else, that should make them aware that football is a funny game. That, listen, they're a good group, they're a bright group, they know they know what's required. They've been, like I say, fantastic so far, and they have a real desire about them to improve and keep things going from our perspective, and like I say, hopefully that'll be visible come the game tomorrow.
I guess in some ways it's allowing the fans to get excited about the fact that things are tangible in terms of what we want to achieve. Allow the players to enjoy results when they come along, but be businesslike in terms of what we need to do.
Yeah, listen, we've got to be professional, and we'll continue to be that. And then, provided we take care of our stuff, we can enjoy and get involved in the celebrating after the game. Come 5 o'clock, go and celebrate as much as you want, because hopefully we've done enough to win, and we can then thank the fans for what they've given us during that 90 minutes. Then hopefully they enjoy it all week, and for us things move on very quickly, and we change our focus and we train again, and we look forward to a different challenge, going away and playing on a 3G pitch and at Sutton. So for us it's about taking care of what's in front of you, hopefully enjoying that, and then moving on quickly.
Because the moments like Tuesday night and like the full-time whistle in the Notts County game, and those moments with the fans and celebrating, it must be quite addictive for the players, because you want more of that as soon as the moment's gone.
It should be addictive, yeah, because there's nothing better than that winning feeling. There's nothing better than being successful. There's nothing better than a winning feeling, being successful, with sharing it with, again, certainly when we're at home the last game, sharing it with 3,500 people who, again, we have a real opportunity as a group to make people's week really enjoyable or not very enjoyable, and you have to, I suppose, thrive and enjoy that, because, like I say, it's, for a player, it's a short career, and the opportunity to play and try and do your best for such, like I say, brilliant supporters is and such brilliant supporters, and the number of them is not something that happens sort of every day. So you've got to embrace that, enjoy it. I think you're going to have to see the celebration in terms of the players and the people on the bench and everything from Tuesday night, of how much it means. Hopefully there's plenty more of that to come between now and the end of the season.